Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I'm here to talk about Francis Marshall versus Isaac Dulgarian. Isaac Dulgarian is 27 years old, 5-0 as a pro, and he's giving up 2 inches of height, and I don't know the reach, against 24-year-old Francis Marshall, who is 7-1 as a pro. Marshall, we know he's got one loss now, and it was the William Gomez via decision. That was in his last fight. Before that, he knocked out Marcelo Rojo in round 2. That was a pleasant surprise. He's got 1 win via knockout. That's the Marcelo Rojo fight. 4 via submission and 2 via decision. All 4 submissions are rear naked chokes. Speaks to the type of grappler he is. And the 2 decisions, he beat Connor Matthews and Ray Trujillo. Experienced guys, journeyman Ray Trujillo, one of the better journeymen. Or maybe not anymore or whatever. But Francis Marshall's already had some good competition there, decent competition. And his opponent, Isaac Dulgarian, has not. Isaac Dulgarian's got 5 wins, 3 via knockout, 2 via submission, every one of them against a shitty guy, and he has destroyed these guys. He's destroyed them. Every single fight, I've seen them all. He throws a kick, slams the guy to the mat, and finishes him. Most of the time via strikes, but if they give up their necks, he's tapping them out in no time. It's tough to get a gauge on this guy. I know he's a really good wrestler, and I do think there's a lot of promise with him based on the fact that he's had flawless victories. I mean, there wasn't one moment of doubt in any of these fights. So it's really tough to get a gauge on him. He might be the best fighter of all time. I remember saying that the last time I broke down his fights against his fight against Dan Argueta, which didn't happen. It seemed like it was a fucking year ago. But Isaac Dulgarian, I see a lot of promise in him. I just can't bet on him. I also can't bet against him. And really my pick, I like to give one because there's no real, harm in it. But it's tough to even give a prediction. I trust Francis Marshall more in rounds 2 and 3 because he's actually been there. And he's gotten some finishes now, the Marcelo Rojo fight especially. So I trust Francis Marshall more. Gun to my head, I'd go with Francis Marshall. But Isaac Dulgarian, the upside is tremendous. You know, he's like Jacqueline Amorim before she lost to Sam Hughes. So I'm staying away from this one. Gun to my head, I'll go with Francis Marshall. But there's no gun to my head, so maybe I'll get drunk and bet on Dulgarian. Dulgarian, I have bet on him to get a round 1 TKO victory, plus 1,200. And round 1 flat, I forget what that is. But anytime he's won, he's steamrolled somebody. I just think it's inevitable, and certainly it'll happen in the UFC, that he's going to go past round 1. And I have no idea what he's going to look like there. I have no idea what he's going to look like when somebody's defending his takedowns. Francis Marshall's a well-versed guy, and I'm sure he has it in his head here. He's either going to take Dulgarian down or bust him up on the feet or something. But who knows? Dulgarian might present problems everywhere. So I'm staying away from this. Francis Marshall is the pick, but I hope to see a good battle. I hope to see Isaac Dulgarian go past round 1 and learn more about him as a fighter. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit. Check out my other videos.